Okay. All right. Well, good evening, everybody, and hello. It's your boy John on Demand here from a comic book looking so black light lit on this Wednesday night, and of course, hanging out with co-CEO Thomas Devine. There can only be one. Only
What's
one.
up, John? What's up, John? God,
Only one.
it's good to hang out with you, man, on a new
Yeah.
comic book Wednesday. It's
Yeah.
snowing. There's bats all around us.
Yeah, no, so I was telling Tom this story, you guys. This background is a lot of fun to me because I was going for bats and then stars on the black part of the background, and then I used the Photoshop brush and I'm like, oh wait, this is snow, and then I'm like, well, this is South Dakota.
Perfect.
So of course we're gonna have snow on Halloween, right? I shouldn't say that too loudly because it could come true.
Oh no, my kids won't believe that. That's for sure.
Man, so what's the Halloween situation? Give me the parent scoop. What are we doing? What are we not doing?
I don't know, man. The Argus leader, our local news rag, even had a question on: are you letting kids go out for Halloween? Yeah, I guess probably. Probably a lot of houses won't be giving out candy. We'll probably do some disinfecting of all of the candy beforehand, or maybe if we can talk them into it, going on a shorter area. Who knows? It's all up in the air. COVID sucks. Everybody agrees.
Yeah. Right on. Well, in the spirit of Halloween, we are definitely excited to bring some books to you tonight. I did pick up one that was very exciting to me to see on the shelf, and who knows, maybe we got the same one. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
And I'll give you a hint. It was not Bill Willingham's Omnibus.
I saw that. I saw looking Omnibus. I was like, Fables, what are you doing here? And then it was a huge compendium.
I was looking at it, and then I flipped it over. It's like, ooh, $60. Maybe. But I don't know. Because
already got it right.
Bill and I were still on the out, so yeah, you already do. Yeah.
Fables.
Yeah. The whole box.
Yeah, the whole box. I mean, it's bigger than that one. And Jack Fables and Ferris and all the rest.
Yep.
Collected them all.
Heck yeah. So yeah, Tom, how has your week been? What's going on your side of the world?
Such a good week. I read tons of comics. I've been busy with work, fun stuff with kids. So I've been living large. I finished the Ice Cream Man Volume 1. It was only 4 issues, but so perfect for Halloween. And then I've been reading some other just terrible kind of horror comics that have been really fun. And then I've also been busting into some horror movies. And I watched, I don't know if you remember this one, but The People Under the Stairs. It's like a Wes Craven movie, but it came out when we were really little, maybe 5 years old. But I remember seeing it with my cousins and stuff. And there's this scene where this guy has his tongue ripped off and he shows his cut off tongue. He's like, ah. And anyway, it stuck with me. I watched it. It was great. I had so much fun. It ended up being way more campy now that I'm older, and it was more realistic when I was younger. But anyway, tis the season for horror. So I've been loving that. I'm going to watch Silver Bullet tonight, like an 80s werewolf movie that should be fun. And then I've been, reading tons of comics. And then because it's New Comic Wednesday and I love comics, I got a bunch of new comics, and I'm excited to talk about those as well, man.
Dude, heck yeah. Really quick on the Halloween front, and any viewers, if you guys are familiar with this, I welcome the input. It's a true Marvel question. On the shelves today, there was a werewolf book from Marvel, and I picked it up and I was like, okay, I want to learn more. What's going on here? Is this another Spidey Rogue Gallery, whatever? And it wasn't. And it in the opening page, the opening blurb or whatever, it mentioned how this is kind of a nod to a previous series, how they did Dracula, Mummy, classic monsters, I guess. And I'm just like, So I'm not familiar with it. If anyone has read that or has any context around that, I would be very curious to learn more about it. I know not every comic book is going to be like, oh, that's Steve Rogers over there, or whatever the case is. I know that they're not all connected, but I'm just curious to see, are they though? So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know personally they had Dracula. Tomb of Dracula was a very, very classic Marvel book forever. So I believe they could have done some of that other horror stuff because Blade, his first appearance was in Tomb of Dracula number 6 or 3 or something like that. Right. But I love all those. So I've definitely read those, but I haven't, I guess I don't know if there's any other, the universal monsters, the Mummy, the Werewolf Man, the, Creature from the Black Lagoon, all those. I've never heard of those through Marvel, but who knows?
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my curiosity of the week, I guess. I wasn't familiar with it. But yes, we got a stack to talk about tonight. It was actually, I went into there thinking it would be a light week for me. Nope.
Not a light week, really, at all.
Not a light week.
Yeah.
And that's a good problem. It's a good thing because that means I get to read more. So I'm all about that.
I mean, how many comics did you pick up, John?
About 40.
3, 4. I got 5.
I'm just kidding. I didn't get 40.
So mine's pretty light. I mean, 5 isn't terrible. I mean, they're all $4 now, but I mean,
yeah.
5, it's $20. That's a light week for me for sure. So, I'm excited to see what you picked up. I'm looking here, and I mean, I don't have any comics from the big two. So they're all indies. So I'm excited.
I got you covered.
I knew you would.
I'm not letting you down.
Oh yeah, let me see. Bust it open. Let's see that stack, man.
All right, well let's get it, man. All right, so first of all, you guys, on the X-Men train, in no particular order at all. I at work today, I saw that a good friend of ours, Doug White, who's a local author in town, also picked this issue up because he's a big Hulk fan. So, of course, Juggernaut issue 2, taking on the Hulk. Obviously, Juggernaut's gonna win. Duh. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Bruce Banner's got nothing on Kane, so I don't know. So I don't know. I think I don't even need to read this. Like Hulk's probably gonna die. There's no Avengers anymore. I mean, this is it. This is Juggernaut issue 2. I'm totally making this up as I go, but in all seriousness, the first issue was a lot of fun. It is just entertaining more than anything. Juggernaut is not necessarily ever going to be a profound title to me, but it is just so fun to see him get his own limited run, just to hear his thoughts, see things, from his perspective. And it's just shameless X-Men fun. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just shameless X-Men fun. There's no reason for Juggernaut to ever have his own comic, and I'm very happy he does.
Yeah. Completely ridiculous. In fact, to top this, I really feel like he needs his own Hulu show now, like hanging out with Cloak and Dagger.
It'll be as popular as Power Man. And what was the other failure one? Power Fist and
Iron Fist and
Iron Fist and Luke Cage both failed. I liked them both. I guess I was wrong.
Can't win them all, Tom.
Yep.
If only they did that Dark Avengers angle I pitched. Netflix should have listened.
Yeah, you wish, man. No, that's good. Cool, man. Well, awesome. I mean, that looks like a good book. Look what 'tis the season for politics, and it's not escaping Savage Dragon here. We got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on the cover.
Okay.
Savage Dragon, he always, the gimmick with Savage Dragon is he's living in our continuity. So like whatever recent news story is happening, it's happening in Savage Dragon. So Savage Dragon supporting this president. It's all about coronavirus and the kids being homeschooled and all of this yada yada yada. That's what's going on right now. So I picked it up. Because I started reading Savage Dragon like probably 5 or 6 issues ago. I've picked it up here and there over the years, but I watched an Image documentary and it inspired me to read Savage Dragon and Spawn again. So I collect them both now again. And whatever, I'm not that excited. I think this is a whole gimmick, stupid thing, but whatever. Go for it, man. I definitely want Biden and Kamala Harris over, what's going on right now. But politics is not for a comic book look.
But it is for Savage Dragon.
It is for Savage Dragon.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to head over to Marvel. Marvel just on the far east side of the house here with Arrow issue number 12. Guest starring Iron Man. So it's so funny because I feel like Marvel feels like you need to call on a major character to carry a title, because they did the same thing with Swordmaster. Oh, Doctor Strange appears for 3 issues for no reason at all. And it was a cool cameo, but I'm just like, you're carrying.
Yeah, who is Arrow? Am I supposed to know Arrow?
Yes. So Arrow is amazing. So she controls the air, and she is from the what is it? The new Agents of Atlas. So
I love Agents of Atlas back in the day.
Yeah. So they did like a reboot. It was a series of different heroes throughout Asia, which I just thought was so much fun. So she is just amazing, and I love the book. I think it's a lot of fun. It's very lighthearted. See what I did there? And then guest starring Iron Man, of course, he's just being typical Tony Stark. But I don't know. It's just, for me, I don't even feel like the book really needed him. So, but it is kind of fun to see her interface with the main Marvel I guess. Oh, whoa! Who's that?
Hulk came out to join us. He said, "Did Juggernaut. You say that the Juggernaut would beat me? Never."
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. He's just hanging out there.
Right.
But I am excited. I am excited to read that one for sure.
That looks, yeah, no, for sure, that's sweet. Next up from on my pull stack is let's go with Engine Ward. This is Engine Ward number 4. We have basically kind of telling the sci-fi story that's like ripping off kind of like Star Wars with Rey and Firefly with the language and but I like the arts from Morning Glories. I already said the last time I picked this up that I'm on the fence about it, and I'm still on the fence about it. But I picked it. It made the fence. So
yeah, you're giving it a whirl. That's what matters, right?
That's right.
Heck yeah. All right. For this next one, and we're going back to my favorite Marvel header.
Yes, this is your favorite Marvel blue header that's ruining all your.
Oh my goodness! It is ruining it. Excalibur issue 13. Again, it's been a lot of fun. I personally don't know how much the actual books have to do with their team names that they associate with, like X Factor, etc. Because ultimately, it's just all these characters thrown into a blender. But it is fun to keep on top of it and keep reading. And honestly, 3 to 4 books a week. I mean, I definitely get my fix. That's for sure. So
it's just so much. It's just Marvel is just piling it on. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure
a lot of homework.
I'll read it all in Hoopla later. My next book is Secret Service. This is number 1. Here's number 3. It came out. This is like has like superheroes and spies and CIA and MI6 and all sorts of weird stuff. It's a really good one from Vault. Our main character is like this person who has some magic abilities, and she can kind of like speak to this rat who's her friend and all this kind of like fun stuff. But then she's pulled in and trapped, and now she's a part of this team that is like saving the world against supernatural. The old cliche for indie these kinds of type of comics, but it's done really well. I like the art, and I've really enjoyed it. So they're doing this fun thing too with like the covers where it's like a really bold color every time. We have like blue, yellow, red. So that's been fun too. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to crack into Shadow Surface.
Heck yeah, man! All right, well, continuing on that train of the Blue Banner. X-Men issue number 13. But I treated myself. I caught this, and I was so delighted by it that I had to get the Legion of the X-Monsters variants. Because
nice.
Storm looking all sassy there as a vampire. I mean, that just makes me happy. So I was very delighted by that cover. So I had to get both. Sorry.
Okay. Sometimes that happens. You just got to do what you got to do.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
Hell yeah, man. My last 2 books I have already read, Gideon Falls and The Scumbag, and so I'm going to drop some full reviews on these 2 once you finish up with your whole stack.
Yes, sir.
Hold tight for the beer ratings, guys. Hold tight.
Hold tight. We got them coming. All right. Well, continuing the pickup train, we got Venom.
I saw that one. I like that cover. It's old school.
Yeah, the pinata. It was funny that Rainbow had the other cover, which is also amazing in my pull box, but I was like, I got to get the pinata. It's so strange, and I just love it. Batman 101.
Yep. Woo! Saw that.
And then Power Rangers number 55. Woo!
Nice.
So right now I'm in the 30s. I'm on like issue 36 right now or something. So I got some work to do on that series, but I try to do it like in small binges because right now it's getting a little strange. So just kind of rocking with it. I do have one more book for my review as well.
All right. Well, sick. Well, can I jump into one of my reviews first here, John?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I did, not very often does it happen that I don't really have anything going on the day I pick up my comics. So usually I don't read any of these till like Sunday, but I straight up read The Scumbag, I read Gideon Falls, I read Engine Ward, and I read half of Savage Dragon. Wow. Now, I don't need to review these other ones as much, but I do want to talk about the two big ones is as I like to say, Gideon Falls and Scumbag. So I'll talk about why they're big issues here, and we'll start with this one. This is everybody loves a number one, and everybody loves the end of a comic series. So Gideon Falls is a horror-esque comic series that's been really, really good. I've really enjoyed it with the Wednesday Comics boys. They got me on it by reviewing it. I jumped on, read it through Hoopla, jumped on comics about issue 20, maybe 17 or something like that. Well, too little did I know 10 issues later that it's ending. This is issue 26, and it's the second to the last issue. This closes out this arc where all of these dimensions are coming together. The good versus evil is so clearly laid out, but nobody can communicate, and it sounds like evil's going to just completely take over and win out the day, and it's devastating. But then we have like this reveal at the end where this person says hello. I don't exactly know who it is. It kind of looks like it's this character that, if it is that character, I feel like he's in front of himself. I don't know. But anyway, was so good, and like it is a barn burner, pun intended, because the big thing about this is the barn, and it really does what it's supposed to do for comic booking. So I mean, I love it. Jeff Lemire getting close the step before ending an entire series that is going to go down as a one to remember, especially for horror comics. So Gideon Falls, number 26, 6 out of 6 beers.
Oh, all right. You're not kidding around.
No, I'm not. I mean, it was really fun.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right. Oh gosh, I mean, I don't even know how I can follow that, man.
Oh, sure you can. I got another good book coming up here. It ain't gonna be as good as I had to talk about it. After you read a book, you're like excited about it. That's always fun.
Well, I am very excited about this one, you guys. So Halloween is here, and if there's one thing I love, it is Stranger Things. And I picked up the Stranger Things Halloween. It's just a one-shot.
Oh, nice.
Great fun. So these are the kind of books that I love, where it's something that you can read from start to finish and then reread it and still have fun and kind of dig the artwork a little bit, and just love seeing the characters brought to life from the Netflix show. So if you guys have not checked it out, I highly recommend it. There's still plenty of copies of Rainbow. I'm not familiar with the creative team on the book itself. Those names did not jump out at me. I'm not really a creator follower either, but I have been paying more attention to some of my newer pickups. So this was just truly a lot of fun, though. So Stranger Things Halloween Special, highly, highly, highly recommend it. Definitely a 6 out of 6 beers for sure, because you could just hear that 80s synth music banging when you're
dude.
Yes. Man. It's fun. It's just a fun issue. So I'm not going to spoil it or anything, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
dude, that's really cool. Well, first of all, that stinks because I did see that, but I didn't realize it was a one shot.
Yeah.
It was just a special. I definitely will have to pick one up. Is it an anthology where there's a bunch of stories, or is it just one story all the way through?
Just one.
Oh, that is so cool, dude. Yeah, man. I guess I thought that was a part of a series or something because I haven't watching it, because I mean, who doesn't freaking love Stranger Things? So,
right.
So, man, that's awesome to hear that it was so good. I'm gonna definitely pick that up next week. Hulk is upset with me right now. All right, man.
Sorry, bro.
Okay. And then here's my next one is going to be Scumbag #1, Image Comics, Rick Remender and Louis LaRosa. It is this book is, I mean, it's rated M for mature, and that is like really, really true. It is Scumbag. Right on the cover, there's like a big syringe and like some sort of like, washed up, biker guy or something like that. And it's basically about like this idiot who is a junkie. We basically see how bad of a person he is and how terrible he is and how gross he is and how he's basically a waste of, a life. And then he goes outside and he's shooting up heroin as he's shitting himself, and there's children watching. And then they start taking out their cameras and live streaming this, and he's so gone. He's trying to shoot up heroin that he doesn't even really realize what's going on. At this point, I'm reading it going like, what is this? Like, I can't even put up the images on here because it's bad. And then all of a sudden, so in this story, I'm going like, where is this going? He's fumbling around for his needle outside. He's like bent over, poop's coming out of his butt. His needle's pushed around, looking full of heroin. And then 2 superheroes show up and they're battling. I did not think superheroes were going to be in this at all. They start having these quips and stuff like about some super serum. And then a needle busts out of one of the superheroes and falls on the ground by the heroin needle. And then this heroin guy, this guy on the cover, he takes this full injection of that's supposed to be like enough superhero serum to like get, you know, feed an entire team for like a long time. And he has injected it all himself. And he's like, was on the death's bed and has been treating his body so poorly. And so now basically he has all these nanites in his body now and all this crazy stuff. He's being communicated by like a secret service. And he says they have 10 minutes to find a bomb until all of New York City dies. And they're trying to get him to do it. And he's not on board at all. I mean, he said he'll just let New York City die, but it is a wild ride. I mean, if you kind of like that gritty over the top stuff, if you like stuff from like Avatar, if you like The Boys, if you like that kind of stuff, this is along those lines. And it is sometimes hard to read. But when you get past that, it really shows how shocking that shocking moment was. Maybe it wasn't just for shocking's sake, and it does really impact and help the story out. So I definitely had a lot of fun with this because it is so crazy, because it ended so quickly, and it was a little bit ham-fisted for the way that it was written. I'm going to get it 5 out of 6 beers, but still, definitely I'm going to pick up the next one. And if you are into that kind of weird stuff, you know, check it
out. That's awesome. Oh, man. Well, heavens, Tom, another mountainous week for sure. A lot of things to talk about. Now, Tom, next week is the week of the holiday.
Yes, John. Spooktacular edition.
Yeah. And you guys totally forgot last time and pretty much every other time just to lift up our Twitter handles. We are hanging out online doing additional comic book reviews of the new books, old books that we haven't read yet, new to us books. So @TomStewDivine for Mr. Tom, and then @Jon on Demand. And then collectively @A Comic Book Look. It will retweet all those bad boys there as well. So you can definitely join us and continue the conversation on there, or throw us a comment on here. If you do want to send us a note, feel free, comicbooklook@gmail.com, or simply join our Facebook group and send us a message that way. Happy to connect and talk shop with you and see about any future topics that you'd like to see have happen on here. But with that, we are out of books. Tom, closing thoughts. How are we keeping it comics?
Oh, man, we're always keeping it comics. We're keeping it tight. We're keeping it legit. I mean, like it said, it's New Comic Wednesday. I already read a whole bunch of them. I had to bring my kid to the library to get some books, so I picked up some comics myself at the library. So I got a Firefly hardcover, and I got a Snow Day. So some sort of indie book. I always love grabbing them from the library. Doesn't matter. I don't get mad at myself if I don't finish them, or if I just flip through them, or if I end up liking them a bunch. It's no skin off my back, but it's fun to check out. So I got those from the Sioux Empire Libraries. Thank you so much for having these cool books. Other than that, John, I got nothing else. I'm excited for Halloween. I'm excited to talk to you. It's always been fun. Yes. Big shout out to all of our like you said on Twitter, I recently deleted my Instagram app, and so I've been just posting on Twitter instead. I'm deleted my Facebook app, so even though you're watching on Facebook, I'm not as active because too many politics right now. So I am loving going over to Twitter, and I'm trying to do anytime I read a comic, I just review it right away on Twitter. So definitely check us out. And I'm excited for next week.
Heck yeah. Well, you guys know the drill. As always, we got bats, we got snow flurries. What a heck. It's just what a heck of a week. It's so strange. Stranger Things, Stranger 605. But from Tom and John, of course, you guys, happy Halloween Eve week for show. And you guys know the drill as always. Keep it comics for sure, man.
Keep it comics.
Keep it comics.